Hey guys, and welcome back to my studio. So for the first time on this channel, we're showcasing an oil painting. This is a piece titled Emerald Moon, and it's the third installment of my annual moon series, and it marks a new chapter in my artistic exploration. So my process with paintings begins with controlled chaos. It's basically a dance of oil paints in medium, splattering and weaving across the linen canvas. I like to keep it very abstract and very fun in the beginning. I like it to look fresh. So basically using pure Viridian or Windsor green and using pure black as well as a background around the moon. Now the transformation begins. So like a sculptor molding clay, I shape the moon's form with thick strokes of oil paint. So I start by carving out craters with the brush. I carve out the ones that are super apparent, so the ones that stand out to me from the beginning, from the jump. Those are the ones I hit first. And in some areas, using the palette knife to carve out areas with 6 strokes of oil paint. So every tool, every technique, everything I'm doing here is carefully chosen to evoke a specific emotion or texture. So each year I create a single moon painting, and for me it serves as just a visual compass guiding the color palette and mood for my upcoming series of art. So I've had a red moon, which was like this blood moon, which for me was ignited by passion and transformation. I had an azure moon, which is like a blue moon, and that brought this tranquility and introspection kind of vibe to the paintings I did. But now we enter the realm of the emerald moon, which is a world of mystery and desire and this intoxicating allure of the night. I like to alternate between using very stiff bristle brushes to add this raw, earthy feel, while using soft brushes in some other areas to create this kind of delicate, almost ethereal, heavenly, just soft touch to the painting. And in some areas, you'll also see me mist on the paint. I dip the paint into medium and I just splatter paint on, almost like airbrushing. In this piece, I'm doing this a lot. Most of the strokes aren't even from the brush itself. So the reference painting I actually created myself. There's a particular shade of green that I really wanted to go with. So I used Photoshop to pretty much experiment with different hues to kind of get the exact one I want. I find that it's better to do that on the computer in the preliminary of the painting, rather than trying to figure stuff out on the canvas and spending so long trying to perfect and get what is in your head translated on the canvas. Saves time. So for me, the color palette is super crucial to capturing the essence of the emerald moon. So I use 2 types of greens, and I use different kinds of blues, to cool down the greens. And I use cadmium yellow to warm up the greens, as well as using, titanium white to brighten stuff up, and using black to darken or deepen the shadows. So I find that painting is a dance of intuition and observation. So I step back a lot, I take a lot of breaks, and I assess and I dive back in. I try not to look like when something is wrong or I feel like something is off, I try not to look at the painting or stare at it to to try and figure out what's wrong. I find it's better to take breaks. Take breaks, refresh the mind, so that when you go back to the painting, you have fresh eyes of what you're doing. You have fresh eyes of the proportions and the color. In a lot of my paintings, I don't strive for like photorealism, but rather like a balance between impressionism and realism. So with this painting and a lot of my paintings, it's about capturing the essence of the moon, not just its physical form. And I find where the magic is, especially with the impressionistic style of creating art, is that up close, it might be very, very messy and weird and just not very detailed. Splatters and abstraction. But upon taking a step back, it all just makes sense. It all just looks super, like almost photorealistic. And I find that that's the beauty in this style of painting. And I enjoy it. I love doing these kind of paintings. And the thing about doing this painting as well is that like I could stop anytime I want to. Like if I could have stopped a long time ago, but when you create in this kind of style and this abstract, especially when you're creating abstract motifs like the moon, there's a lot of layers to this. Like you can keep working on this forever. There's so much detail you can add, but I just find that less is more. I find you just add just enough, and the eye or the brain will kind of take care of the rest and fill in the gaps. And as the hours pass, the emerald moon reveals itself. I find that it's not just like a moon that just happens to be green. It's a reflection of our own emotions and desires. I hope this artwork inspires you to embrace your own journey and discover the magic that lies within. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been Victor. Till next time, see you soon.